Mr. Alaji Bamanga Tukur, National Chairman of People's Democratic Party. Mr. Tukur, thank you very much for receiving us here.
Thank you.
I would like to start this interview with Nigeria's drive towards development. Real GDP growth in Nigeria is expected to average 6.5% annually. And despite the global economic downturn, Nigeria is back on the right track and eyed by the international community. President Goodluck Jonathan, former British Prime Minister Mr. Tony Blair, former US Secretary of State Mrs. Condoleezza Rice, and yourself all concurred in saying Nigeria will not fail.
Sure.
However, despite the success of Nigeria's economy, only the challenges of the country seem to reach the ears of the international community, with corruption, with Niger Delta crisis, 419 scams, and Boko Haram, to name just a few, creating a distorted perception of the country. What is being done by PDP to address these ongoing challenges and assure that Nigeria's presence in the international community is known for the right reasons?
Thank you. You know, the greater the opportunity, the greater the challenges. It's the opportunity that drives the challenges. All these things, you cannot go to a poor country and you find them trying to, do this kind of thing. A corruption, conflict hardly occur where people don't have the opportunities which they believe they should exploit. That's the reason why. What should happen is that Nigeria should rise above those challenges and conquer them. And that's what we are doing. It's true what Condoleezza Rice said and Blair said, and I concur, is that Nigeria will never fail. Not only that, Nigeria is on the ascendancy. It's the last frontier in the African dynamism, to really now own and bring that continent and drive it to where it deserves to be. We are looking for the Security Council, where we can stop one vote nullifying 53. So, to do so, we got to move and conquer the challenges which you now mentioned.
Just coming back to what you said, Nigeria is on the rise. And in fact, Nigerians have been trusting the PDP to rule the country, as Irama mentioned, since 1999. During this period of hegemony, Nigeria has seen golden years of development, being closer than ever to Vision 2020, establishing itself as a significant player in the global arena. How do you see PDP as one of the key institutions enabling Nigeria towards the ambitious goals of Vision 2020?
Yes, because PDP was founded on the philosophy of inclusiveness. That means everybody is a stakeholder, from the family to the community to the nation itself. And that was the reason why. And what the reason why PDP got such acceptability. Of course, always there are some challenges. People tend to compete and try to find the best. We like the competition. I like to have another party competing with me so that we can show them we can do better. If you are not challenged, you do not know how far you can jump. The more they ask you to jump the hurdle, the better you are prepared.
Sir, you have mentioned on your speech at the opening of the third Nigeria Investors Summit in New York recently that Nigeria will not fail because of the African Business Roundtable is ready to help the country look attractive for investors that will come to the business here in Nigeria. Yeah, and in an international context, Germany is an economy characterized by sustainability. Despite the latest global economic downturn, the country is still backing up the European Union in Europe and is still the third largest economy in the world. Is sustainable development a priority in your vision for Nigeria? And what synergies can be formulated with Germany in this regard, bearing in mind that Germany is a leading country in terms of technology and know-how?
Yes, the German philosophy of mentoring, if you notice that, the great asset the German has is always to train capacity of his people. Right from the lowest level and motivating them to understand what they do and do better. This is what PDP is really aiming to get to do in our country. We believe that it is not really an individual you target. No, it's not an economy you target. Target an institution and build it, make it strong, make it hold a philosophy that is sustainable, that is good, that is ready to build the capacity and entrench in it those good things you wanted to continue doing. Then you have it. Today in the whole Europe, Germany lent them money. After 1945, Germany has nothing. You have to take German marks to go and buy a bread. We saw it, right? But today, what is it? Germany has to give those who used to give it money to survive, thanks to that determination, which Nigeria want to do the same.
Sir, I would like to talk very briefly to finalize this interview about one of the most important spokespersons of Nigeria, not only here in the country, but in the international community. He's a businessman, a politician, an elder statesman, an entrepreneur, and an ambassador. An amorous husband and devoted father. A truly impressive record of accomplishments, spread different sectors in business and politics, not only in Nigeria, but also in the African continent. This is you, sir. I would like to finish this interview asking you, if you could make one change that would transform Nigeria into a better country, what would be this change?
I would like to educate Nigeria. If Nigeria is educated, because with that, it understands all the elements. It avoids conflicts. It will bring development. It will bring technology and the rest of it. Because you see, the fundamental thing in a human being is education. The difference between us and the animals, and the right which we want to first of all take from them, as soon as a calf is delivered, it goes for the breast, wanted to get milk. And when a child is born, the mother, the first thing they look in the breast, that's the beginning of the knowledge. They look to find the breast. The child knows the breast, to take the breast to put it in his mouth. You don't teach a child that. They do it at the beginning. Who really taught the first professor? Do you know? It's just like saying that, was it an egg or a chicken, which comes first? Who taught the first professor? Let me tell you, once you educate people, you continue developing their appetite, to learn more and more and more. That is why they say learning is from the cradle to grave. As we continue learning, we continue doing things. Since we started, we want to say like this, we want to fly, until we are able to now go to the universe, learn. If anything I want to do, I want to make sure Nigeria is educated. Nigeria, when it's educated, all that has come, because they can control these elements. They control the land, they control the water, they control the energy and the environment. Finish.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.